keep in mind that then we also have customer due diligence. And remember, that is the what, where, when, why, and how about your customer. Think of it this way: we need to gather enough information about our customers so that we know how they're going to operate, right? How can you look out for unusual activity or suspicious activity if you don't know enough about your customer to know what normal activity is, right? You have to know what's normal for them before you can look out for unusual activity. And that's really what we're getting at here. So we're going to develop what's called a customer risk profile. We're going to learn enough about our customers so we kind of understand how they're going to operate. Now, customer due diligence, it applies to all of your customers as well. And we're going to have these risk-based procedures. So we're going to ask certain questions. We're going to gather bits of information for the purpose of developing this customer risk profile, right? Now, some customers are run-of-the-mill. Everything is pretty normal, pretty standard, and they're relatively low risk. Some customers might be higher risk just by virtue of where their money's coming from or the type of business they're involved in. And so we may have additional follow-up. That's what our procedures are designed to go after. But then we're going to develop that customer risk profile. We're going to see if there's any special follow-up or monitoring that we need to have in place. But we're also going to update it over time. Like I said, customer due diligence never stops. So if you have a customer who comes in and maybe it's a long-standing customer and you've done multiple loans for them, we're going to be on the lookout for things that have changed. So, for instance, in a previous life, so how does this customer due diligence ongoing monitoring process works? I used to be in-house counsel with a financial institution, and the way my world operated is I came to work every day. I sat down at a computer. They chained my leg to the side of the computer, and I typed on a computer, and I talked on the phone, and I typed on the computer, and I talked on the phone, and I did that all day long. Then they'd unchain me. I'd go back home. Get a couple hours of sleep, and then I would come back to the office. They'd chain me back to my desk, and I type on the computer, and I talk on the phone, and I type on the computer, and I talk on the phone. And that's all I did. I never did anything fun. I never went anywhere interesting. Okay. That's one risk profile. Then I took a job as a traveling consultant. Now I'm flying all over the country. I'm staying in hotels. I'm driving up and down major interstates. I'm renting cars. I'm eating out. If you look at my transaction activity on my account, kind of look like a drug trafficker, right? Customer due diligence says, once you see that type of activity or you see a change, suddenly Kevin's traveling all over the country. That doesn't make sense. Somebody should pick up the phone or they should ask me and they say, Kevin, why are you flying all over the country and staying in hotels and driving up and down major interstate systems and, eating out and doing all these things? You are supposed to be chained to your desk. You're in-house counsel. And then I would just answer, no, I'm a traveling consultant now. Suddenly all of that unusual activity suddenly becomes normal. We just update my risk profile. We just say, Kevin's not chained to his desk as in-house counsel anymore. Now he's a traveling consultant. Everything we see with him makes more sense. And that, in a nutshell, is what we're doing over time. We're gathering information about our customers. We're getting to know what we can expect from them. And then we're updating it over time. And we're going to use all of that information to develop a customer risk profile so that we know what is the baseline, what types of things can we expect from this customer. If you have customers where suddenly they come in and they apply for a loan, and you think that this is going to be amortized out for 15 years or maybe 20 years, and then in the first 6 months they pay the thing off in full. Question is, now, it's not outside of the realm of possibility that there could be a legitimate reason for that, but the question is why, okay? And so those are the types of weird things we need to be on the lookout for, and we need to follow up and start getting answers.